Usually, I'll have a stupid little intro mocking some sort of bullshito martial art, and it generally happens to be some form of Chinese martial art.
Hello, please. Bingo ching chong.
Today, I'm gonna humbly admit that I was completely wrong. I mocked internal martial arts, including something called Qigong, but it doesn't get any more real than a giant log slamming into your gonads. Now these Shaolin blokes are no joke, and I definitely wouldn't want to mess with them and force them to break me like a stone. This gentleman could probably poke a hole right through your chest if he pokes you. I don't know how much of this is real or fake, but I do know two things. One, I am almost certain that these are the secret techniques Sensei Carrot Cake mentions, but can't show anyone.
I'm going to teach him how to punch in a way that's different. It will go through the gloves, and you won't be able to see it, and it's much, much, much more effective and can even be deadly. Does he have to be filming now?
And these lads need to be careful the first time they finger blast some young lass, because they might destroy her insides.
Gonna finger bang bang you into my life. Girl, you like to finger bang and it's alright.
As I said earlier, these Shaolin legends are not to be messed with. As well as being spiritual champions, they can also do all sorts of crazy shit, like this. But what's more impressive than any of that is this.
这都是我的梦想。
This is Iron Crotch. Iron Crotch. Probably not the official name, but I think it's quite appropriate. Steel Sacks, Titanium Tackle, all the names for a discipline where these champions have impenetrable trouser trinkets. According to these practitioners of the knob and nugget fortification, if practiced correctly, it doesn't affect your ability to have kids, but it does give you the ability to pound your wife into next week, and possibly alter the way she walks forever.
这一点请大家放心，因为啥？这都是练出来。你看我们这村现在都有1000多口人啊，1400多口人。如果要是在这一方面，或者是能把睾丸打坏，这等于说这慢慢都没有人再练着。
I feel like there seems to be a little bit of elitism coming from this particular sausage and meatball master.
以后人这些地方可不是碰，你像普通人不练，连个碰都不能碰，对不对？
Not true, bruv. I definitely enjoy and can handle being touched in these areas. It just depends on the type of touching and who's doing it. But he is right. I can't handle being punched or kicked in the walnuts. Not many men can. In fact, most of the time a little flick in that area will do the trick. And sometimes there's that nasty delayed reaction where the pain begins in your ass and creeps into your balls. The lads know what I'm saying. And it's not just direct contact. If one were to see another man's bollocks being blasted with a kick or punch, their pain spreads to any who have witnessed this horrific scene. I've also heard many of these lads' girlfriends have extreme bruising on their chins. I'm just reporting the news. And these monks aren't just one-trick ponies. They've also got the iron chest, iron throat, iron stomach, and iron back. Some have mastered multiple iron disciplines. The big fella here has clearly got the iron stomach down pat, and in fairness, he has some padding. But it's impressive nonetheless. In my opinion, old Jubbly here is the real Iron Man. It's nice that they save one of the more dangerous ones, Iron Throat, for the youngsters to demonstrate. Alright, they're badasses at this point, but I do imagine the early stages of training would have been akin to child torture, but I'm just speculating.
That we call in Chinese Bahui.
The training regime for iron disciplines can vary. I hear a lot mentioned about Qigong and channeling Qi, but I just see a lot of hogs and tater tots being brutally conditioned to withstand attacks. This is the Iron Egg skill. I love the name because I assume it's referencing his meatballs as eggs, so it's superb. Here, he basically pretends to be a human steamroller, powered only by the strength of his tackle. That looks very similar to how I walk when I shart instead of farting after eating some dodgy Thai food. You can also walk backwards, presumably giving your hamstrings and glutes a good workout while you're galvanizing your golf balls. Now you're probably yelling at the screen, "Oh, you stupid bald YouTube donut. Why don't you show me some real-world application of the nut power? You've just shown me a 40-kilogram log smashing into a bloke's bojangles. It could be fake."
Can I laugh in your face?
Ask and you shall receive, my friends. How about footage of someone kicking them in the nuts?
Plus,
Footage of them punching themselves in the nuts. Still not convinced? Alrighty, well how about this, in front of a live audience? Now I gotta admit, when I first saw this footage I thought, well he's pulling his kicks, he isn't following through. Then I realised how excruciating it is when a tennis ball accidentally grazes your nuts, and I shut the fuck up because I'm a little bitch in comparison. Now I'm always harping on about going for the balls or the throat. Right, Fabia?
I'm going to shorten the movement by grabbing his balls. So now it's done. Do you understand? It's done. Because I have his balls in his throat. Okay, pretty simple. Balls in throat.
In a self-defense situation, forget all the fancy stuff, just go for the balls and the throat. But if one of these fellas were to attack you, you'd be done for. Balls and throat attacks wouldn't do a damn thing. They'll just look at you, instantly realise this is the day they've been training for their whole life, smile, and then proceed to rip out your heart.
Fatality.
I also don't know how much any of this has to do with the internal aspect, or Qigong. I imagine breathing is a big part of it, but really, what's the split? 85% nut training, 15% other stuff? I think a lot of these fake gurus are just trying to piggyback on certain words, phrases, and disciplines, tarnishing the entire genre.
Yield of his body. Touch. Just play with his body. He's putting tensions down there. I touch, his body relax and release, then touch. And now from here, we can add touch. What I'm most interested in is the feeling of his body. I just feel more of his body. The amount of release I have, it stays inside him. I want to feel as much of his body as I can. So if you touch your partner...
touch me. Yes. So this is what the routine is about. See, I'm not fighting you, I'm just in you. Push.
It stays inside him.
These Shaolin legends are legit, whereas these internal martial arts camp jokers, harping on about Qi and Qigong, are just fools. Until they show me they can take a battering to the nuts, hang themselves, or become a human nutsack steamroller, I'll be skeptical. To my Shaolin brothers out there, you are savages and I respect your dedication and mental strength required to achieve any of those skills. To the fake Bushido masters out there, we're coming for you, bitches.
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Alright legends, thanks for watching as always. If you had a bit of a chuckle, think about liking the video and perhaps subscribing to the channel. By doing so, you'll spread Seagalism throughout the world, but you'll also save one kitten from imminent starvation. There is also a formidable range of Bullshito merch available, also proven to help cure poverty and world hunger with every purchase, but this time with actual humans. Until next time my friends, don't try any of this shit at home, obviously. Definitely take good care of your gonads, but above all, stay awesome. Peace, legends.
Sunshine in the sky, and I'm free when I close my eyes. Yeah, no more showing my sorrow.